If you want a video that's going to show you how to do proper keyword research and find profitable topics on Amazon KDP, that is exactly what this video is going to show you how to do. And I'm going to keep it as simple as possible for you. Let's go. Hey everybody, nice to see you again. Welcome back to the channel. We are going to talk about Amazon KDP book topics, and let's just dive into it. So coming up in this video, we have timestamps for my impatient folks are going to be right down below in the description, so you can jump around as you need be. But we are going to talk about, is KDP the right business for you? Believe it or not, honestly, there are some people in this business who should not be in this business. So I'm going to kind of break that down to make sure you're in the right spot or not. I'm going to show you how many books it takes to be successful. I think that number is actually going to surprise you. And this is over years and years and thousands of students. This is the number that you need to hit in order to be successful in this business. And then I'm going to talk about the most important metric of success, and that is your topic. And I'm going to show you exactly step by step how you can find a book topic that's profitable using a free software that will change everything for you. So I'm going to keep it super simple for you. Okay, but first and foremost, 5-day challenge. If you have not already signed up for the Publish and Profit 5-day challenge, why? It is completely free, and it shows you how to find a topic, how to write a book, how to publish a book, and more importantly, how to profit from that book, all within 5 days. You do get access to our amazing SKOOL community as well. That's also free. So you can ask questions and share success and see how other people are doing. And we talk about anything and everything. Oh, and we do a live Q&A call. Right now we're doing them, won't be forever, but we're doing a live Q&A call every Tuesday where you can submit your questions. You can ask for, get help and whatever. You can even come on and talk to me and ask me questions directly. That's all happening. And I'm going to do my best to get this video up today on Tuesday because we're having the call later tonight. So it's Monday right now when I'm filming this. So I'll do the editing tonight and get this up and go on Tuesday morning. So please join us tonight for the Q&A call at 5 p.m. Mountain Time. Pretty cool. And hey, I totally forgot about this. I'm gonna make a new screenshot for it. Should be up right now. But we have a free ACX promo review group that's available for everybody. So no longer do you have to purchase a course or anything like that. If you are publishing books on ACX, link in the description, join this free Facebook group, and you can use it to exchange codes with other KDP publishers. This is only for audiobooks on ACX. It's not for reviews any other method. It's only for exchanging your audiobook or your ACX promo codes. But it's a free group. Anybody can join. I keep forgetting to talk about it on the channel, but there it is. A link in the description for that. So is this KDP business right for you? Let's talk about that. If you want a faceless business that you can enjoy, Amazon KDP makes a lot of sense for you. Now, what is a faceless business? A faceless business is, okay, what's not a faceless business? What I'm doing right now, not a faceless business. I need to be on YouTube showing my face in order to bring people into my community. So not faceless. But my books, for the other hand, you can go search Emekosai books and you'll come up with absolutely nothing. Maybe some guys over in Nigeria named Emekosai, but not related to me. All my books are faceless because I use a pen name to write all my books because I write them in a few different niches. So you won't find them. That is a faceless business. The reason you might want a faceless business is you just don't want to, you want to keep your personal life and your private life or your personal private life separate from your business. You can absolutely do that. You can build a massive brand that has nothing, that has this persona that you've created, but it has nothing to do with your personal side. And that's totally cool, right? You can do that. And there's way more businesses that have done that than you actually realize. And I think that's something that people don't fully understand or pay attention to. You don't want to deal with a ton of logistical parts of the business. Logistical means shipping products, dealing with returns, finding inventory and stuff like that. If you don't want to deal with any of that stuff, Amazon's a great business for you because they deal with all of that. You don't have to deal with any of that stuff. We have books that we've been selling like boatloads of that we've never actually had physically in our pocket in our hands yet, because you don't need to. Now, should you always order a copy of your book? Yes, we just haven't for that one brand. It's our top selling brand. I don't think we have like every other book we have here in the house, except for our top brand. No, we have none of them for whatever reason. So if that's right or wrong, whatever, I don't know, but we should probably, order. All right, the next thing is you'd rather not deal with customer support. Look, if you've ever worked retail, the worst part of retail is dealing with customer support. At least it was for me in my days of retail. So you never have to deal with customer support. Amazon deals with all that. All you do is send them upload the file to Amazon and they take care of everything else. So there's no dealing with customer support or any of that stuff. It's so nice. That is beautiful. Because if you sell stuff on your own website, you got to deal with customer support. You got to deal with complaints. You got to deal with returns, lost shipments. Customer can't figure out how to use the website correctly. Their card's declining for whatever reason. You got to deal with all of that stuff. And with Amazon, they deal with all of that. They give you the nice buffer so you can be completely separated from dealing with that. And that's huge. You work better on your own time and schedule. You get up when you want to get up, and you just work on the days you want to work. That's plain and simple. That's one of the best. I don't think until you step away from working like the traditional 9 to 5 and you start working your own schedule and you can create your own flow, it's invaluable. It's amazing. Being able to work around our kids' schedules, I never have to miss anything that my kids want me to come to, right? Whether it's a recital, whether it's whatever it is, I never have to miss it, right? We got Raf's birthday is on Wednesday, and we're going to one of those play places at I don't know what time, but it's not really an issue because I just have the next 2 days booked off, for Raf birthday activities, and just having that ability is so precious. I think more so when you do have kids, so you can just spend more time with them, watch them grow up, be part of their lives, not pass them off to some teacher you don't trust. So it's a wonderful thing. Wonderful thing. You don't like having a boss. This is a big one for me. I just don't do well with authority figures for whatever reason. And if you don't like having a boss, then Amazon KDP is definitely something you can do because you're your own boss. So you are the final say. Every single win and celebration or good thing that happens in the business is all thanks to you. Every single failure is all your fault as well, though, right? There's nobody to blame but yourself. But it's wonderful not having to, ask for time off or if you want to make more money or you want to make a change in the business or you don't like how this is run, like you make all of those decisions yourself. And that really teaches you a lot about yourself as well. So that's definitely a big plus. You want to be paid well for the work that you do. And I think that's just so key. Now, in the beginning, you're not paid well. You're not. You put in a ton of effort, a ton of work, a ton of hours, and you're paid peanuts. But over time, that switches, and you put in literally no time, and you're paid handsomely. And that's the beauty of being an entrepreneur. That's the beauty of running your own business. That is the beauty of Amazon KDP. You can get rewarded so well for it, and that's just beautiful. Now, let's talk about the number of books it takes to be successful. The first thing we have to do is define what does success actually mean. Success is and in terms of success, the only type of level of success we're talking about is monetary, okay? That's the only one that matters for this. What I can almost pretty much guarantee you this is, I've been in the industry for like 8 or 9 years now. I've seen coaches come and go. I've seen every single possible course, program, whatever. I've been through them all. And the one thing that remains consistent is the number of books that it takes in order to reach an amount of money that completely changes how you, one, look at the business and how you live your life day to day. Before I tell you the number, I want you to understand that it's important that you don't focus on time and you focus on activity, publishing books, right? It's like, you never want to ask yourself the question, how long is it going to take me to get to $10,000 a month? It's the wrong question. You want to ask your questions, how many books will it take me to reach $10,000 a month, right? The number of books it's going to take you to be successful in this business, whether it's like, 2,000 or 10,000, it's 5 books. 5 books is all it takes. You don't have to publish 20. You don't have to publish 30. You don't have to publish 40. You just need to publish 5 books and get 100 reviews on every single one. If you do that, your entire, I want to say your life, for some of you, your entire life will be different. But for others, your entire life might not change, but your entire business will transform into something that is like about to blow up, right? And blow up in a good way, right? Take off like a rocket ship. And you might be like, oh, Mecca, that's like so few books. Yeah, it is. But you know what? Once you've published 5 books and you've got 100 reviews on each of them, okay, tell me how much work that was. Because the thing is, it sounds so easy, but it's not. It's simple, but it's definitely not easy. Publishing, because I'm not talking like your little crappy little books, right? I'm talking like they're well-researched, they're extremely well-written, they're extremely well-edited. Your description has beautiful copywriting on it. Your A+ is absolute fire. Your cover looks like it was designed by like a god. And you have 100 reviews on them, on all of them. You do that 5 times in a row, oh God, it's a ton of work. It is so much more work than you think it is. But if you can do that 5 times in a row, everything will change for you. And that's the only number, when I'm working with my students or anything, that's the only number I tell them to focus on, right? And I tell them 3 of them have to be together in a brand and 2 of them can be whatever the hell you want, right? 3 in a brand and 2 can be in that brand as well, or you can try different niches. But in all of my years doing this, I have not seen people fail when they have 5 high quality books. And that is the key thing. I want to show you this. And I thought this was really cool when I was preparing the video. My first KDP account I ever had back in like 2016, to reach $1,000 a month, it took me 4 books. So 4 books, it took me to hit $1,000 a month. To hit $10,000 a month, it took me somewhere between 15 to 20 books. I couldn't remember the exact details. It was a long time ago, right? But you think about that. But then my second KDP account, I was able to scale up to $10,000 a month in only 5 books, right? Now, I do have an asterisk here because I'm not counting the 50+ coloring books that were published. God, I'm only counting the first 5 high content books that were published in that account, okay? So, but why do we have a discrepancy here? Why do we have 4 books, right, to get $1,000 a month, but then years later, new account, and 5 high content books got me to $10,000 a month? What changed? I think a big reason of why I was able to hit $10,000 faster was I was subscribed to this channel. So if you're not already subscribed, turn bell notifications on so you don't miss another video. Look, my mission is simple this year. It's to provide the absolute best free KDP content that I possibly can here on the channel, as well as inside my free Publish and Profit 5-day challenge. My goal is to give you free stuff so you can go out and start making money if you're not making any. So you can actually make money with this business model. And then at some point down the road, when you're ready, you and me, we can team up and I can help you scale to $30,000, $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a month like some of the students have. That's the goal. That's the motive. So let's do that. Subscribe to the channel so you can make that happen. So going back to this question, why did I hit 10K faster with fewer books the second time? It's honestly, it boils down to this formula, the profit formula. That's what it honestly boils down to. I understood this so much better my second time around than I did my first. And this right here made all the difference. Topic plus title plus cover plus reviews equals successful book. If you get all of these 4 correct, it's literally impossible to fail in this business. And today's video is all about topic. And so that's what we're going to be focused on right now. If you haven't already, you can go check out the other video that we have on this. It's going to be a link down in the description, and you can check out the playlist so you can learn about every single one of these parts of the formula in each individual video. So let's focus on topic today. This is the goal. We want to create books that are proven to win, right? When we're picking a topic to publish a book on, to create a book on, we're not just picking random things to test out, right? When I look at, okay, which topic do we want to publish in? I'm looking for topics that I know without a shadow of a doubt are going to make money right away. Like, that's it. So that's the key thing we need to figure out. Okay, how do we know this? Well, what makes a great topic? How do you choose a topic? Profitability and low competition, and really bad topics to publish in. We're going to cover those 3 things. So first is how to choose a topic. The first step that I teach people on choosing a topic is just make a big list of ideas. Make a big list of ideas. And you can do this by utilizing the Amazon's bestsellers list. So let me show you exactly what I mean. Okay, so here I am. I'm on the Amazon's bestsellers list. I'm in my incognito browser, right? So what I'm going to do is, I guess I'm not technically on the bestsellers list. I have to hit bestsellers, find books. Okay, now I'm on the Amazon bestsellers list. Okay, so what I want to do is, and this is just my way of doing it. Like, there's a couple different ways of doing it. This is how I do it, right? I'm just going to pick something that looks relatively interesting. So sports and outdoors, right? Something that looks relatively interesting to me. And then I'm going to look at all of the topics, all of the titles that come up, and I'm just going to start extracting ideas from them. That's it, right? So, you know, for this one, like bite your tongue. Well, that's fiction. So power play, that's fiction. These are all fiction. All right, awesome, fantastic. So what we're going to do is, okay, so here's one, right? It's actually a student books, one of our student books. What's the topic for this? It's mental toughness for young athletes. So I'd get a piece of paper, notepad, and I'd write mental toughness for young athletes, right? Then like here, bird watching for beginners. Boom, grab it, okay? Let's see, relentless, nope. The can-do mindset, all right? I might write that down, can-do mindset. Okay, golf is not range. Think like a warrior, write that down. Make your save, that sounds like a fiction. All right, let's just go into hunting and fishing. Let's see what's in here. All right, ooh, bushcraft box set. So, you know, bushcraft is the topic. Oops, didn't mean to click on it. Long range shooting, there's another topic, right? Campfire stories, right? Fly fishing, another topic. Basic fishing, a beginner's guide, another topic, right? The Trapper's Bible, another topic, right? And I'm literally just going to keep going through all of this, right? The Total Fishing Manual, Guide to Home Butchering, right? Cool. And I'm just going to do that, and I'm going to make a list of like 50, 60 different topics. Then, once I have a big list of topics, so I've created a big list of topics now, right? 50 or 60 topics by just extracting topics. So now I want to check those topics and determine, is there profitability in them, and is there low competition? I need to figure out that. So in order to determine profitability, we need to use a tool called Kip Scout. And the cool thing about Kip Scout is it's completely free. So you don't have to use something like, what's it called? KD Spy. You don't have to use it because that one costs money. This is free. Free is better. This tool also allows you to totally customize it based on how you're doing your keyword research. So it's a really, really cool tool. So I do have a full video on how to use it. If you want to go check that out, video is in the description. Full video on that. I'm just going to use it really quickly though. So what measures profitability? All right, what measures profitability? So basically, what we need to understand is the amount of sales a book is making each month. That's how we determine if a book is going to be profitable or not. Now, how do we know this? Based off the Amazon bestseller rank. So what's the target dollar or bestseller rank that we're shooting for? The target that we're looking for is a book that is making at least $500 a month, or it has a BSR of under 100,000. That's like the rule of thumb. It can be under 80,000 if you want, or 100,000. It's really, that number is irrelevant. We just want it making at least 500 bucks a month. Now, question, if it's making like 450 a month, is that okay? Yeah, it is. If it's making 400, no, it doesn't count, right? We do want to keep it a little closer to that $500 threshold. Fly fishing. So I'm going to type in fly fishing here. Then I'm going to run Kip Scout, and we're going to see if this is going to be a profitable topic or not. So, I should check my settings to make sure they're good, right? So maximum number of reviews that I want to look for, 150, revenue, 500. I want at least 3 and include the top 20. So I'm looking at this, and immediately it says it's a profitable topic. We got 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like, so this could be a potential topic that I could look into. Fly fishing, I would do a bit more research, look at those books a little closer, but that is a profitable topic. It is making money, and it doesn't look like there's a ton of reviews on these books. So that would be easily something I'd be able to get my books up to over a few weeks and be able to compete with that. That's it. Like, that's right. If I wasn't doing any more research, that's exactly what I would go with. And then I'd just start going to the research phase of creating the book for a customer who's looking for a book on fly fishing. Cool. So the second part here, and I kind of touched on it a little bit, was low competition, right? So profitability is $500 or more it's making, or under 100,000 BSR, okay? But low competition, we look for books that have less than 150 reviews, and that's it. I'm just looking at, okay, are the books that are making $500 or more a month, do they have less than 150 reviews? If yes, then that's a winner. There's nothing else to look at. A lot of you sometimes ask, I've seen this come up, what about search results? So look at, okay, so here are the search results for fly fishing. It says 20,000 search results for fly fishing. So let me explain how that works. Does that mean there are 20,000 books on fly fishing competing for that keyword? No, bloody hell no. It doesn't mean that at all. It just means there's 20,000 results for fly fishing. But if we could go to the last page, I can guarantee you it's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's, can I? Nope. It's going to be a whole bunch of stuff that's completely not relevant, right? And if you've ever like gone snooping on pages, right? Like down, like, let's see, I bet we're going to start finding some books that have nothing to do with fly fishing, because that's just the way it works. Like, okay, we're only on page 4, so there's probably still gonna have, right, fly fishing, yeah. Okay, you're probably gonna have to go deep into it. But bottom line is, not all, like, that's not a correct number to go on. That's why we never look at the search results. It just doesn't matter, because they're not all competing for what you're doing. Okay, so I just wanted to kind of clear the air. And once again, I don't know, somebody might be teaching using search results is a great thing, whatever. Okay, then that person's right, but just go follow them and don't follow me. Pick one way that you want to go with. When you start combining different teaching methods, things get screwed up. So we found a winning topic, right? Fly fishing. It had less than 150 reviews, and the books were making over $500 a month. Woohoo! That's a win. So when you find that, you can go ahead and start making a book on it. Now, what are some really, really bad topics to publish on? The first one is sex, drugs, abuse, CBD, weed, and marijuana. I wonder if I'm supposed to like bleep out all those words. Oh, we'll find out if this doesn't get monetized. But all of those topics, they can definitely be super money. But the biggest issue with publishing books on those topics is there's a good chance you won't be able to run Amazon ads. And if you can't run Amazon ads, then, well, there's a good chance you're just not going to be making a ton of money. So that's the issue with that. So if you can get around running Amazon ads and get traffic to that books page some other way, then yeah, you can go for it. But that's the issue with that. So religious topics. So I don't know, they're just so hard. I just don't know why they're just not great topics. Like, I just haven't seen really anybody have decent success with any sort of religious topics. Yeah, so that's just, this is my list. Anything trademarked, obviously. Video games, trends, Minecraft, Pokemon, anything that's trademarked, you obviously need to stay away from it. You obviously will see stuff killing it from time to time, but they're just playing Russian roulette with their account. So yeah, medical cures. So, and this one looks like it keeps getting tougher and tougher. You can't have a book that says it's going to cure this disease or it's going to cure this whatever, because that crosses, like, I don't know what sort of legal or ethical line or whatever, but it's just easier to avoid those type of books, right? I think, was it on Ingram Spark? Even one of my chair yoga books, they were giving me a bit of a hard time because I think it was like lose weight or you know, cure knee pain or something like that. And they were kind of like pushing back on it a little bit. I think eventually got approved, but yeah, it was definitely a little pain in the butt. So you just got to be a little careful when you're talking about medical stuff or anything in the health related stuff. And then lastly is like anything that requires color printing. If you don't know, color printing is just expensive. And so you just lose all your royalties. The printing cost goes through the roof, usually double, and it's just way harder to make money. So for new people, I would say always avoid something if it's going to require color printing. For those of you who've been around for a while and you understand how to market and you understand price positioning and you have a better take on everything, then yeah, hell yeah. Play around with color printing. See if you can make a colored version of your book, you know, outshine some black and white versions of everyone else's book. 100% you should do that. You know, I've done that. I've done that. I had a black and white copy of a book and a colored version of the book. And the colored version does definitely sell, but I make so much more with the black and white copy. So you can play around with that, but beginners, I'd say definitely do not do color. But, you know, advanced players, play around with it and have fun. So cool. Anyways, that's it. That's all I got for you today. So join the 5-day Publish and Profit 5-day challenge. If you haven't already, come hang out in the SKOOL group. Tonight we are doing the call, so hope to see you on there. And it'd be so cool to be able to talk with you during the Q&A session. It's live, so you can just put your hand up, ask questions, and we can talk, get to know each other, and I can help you make more money. So yeah, cool. Anyways, guys, until next time, I'm Mecca.